Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes, or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jam DeMatteis, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm here for Peter.
That's right, let me whip it out. All right, kids, welcome back to another episode of The Ultimate Spider Cast. This week, we're all here for Peter. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, that mutant menace herself. It is. Whoa. All right, kids. Yes, this time we're going to continue Defenduary with the coverage of Marvel Team Up 90 and 124 featuring Hank McCoy, a.k.a. The Beast. And there's only one new issue I want to talk this week, kids. The Ultimate Spider-Man #1. So stay tuned for that. All right. So, should we jump into the old ones a little?
Phil's in a rush here. He's sprinting to the finish, per usual, from what I hear.
Whoa! How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, of course. Let's just jump right in. Nothing like some sissy Ironwood to get the heart pumping.
What?
It's a joke. I hate her.
I know, but just that name. All right, kids. So yes, we're gonna start with Marvel Team Up number 90. This one's on the app. The other one is not. But thank God, in my youth, I had the foresight in like 1990 to pick up the Marvel Tales issues of these kids. So, all right. So, Marvel Team Up number 90, February 1980. Death on the Air. So, what are they talking about? Television these days? Oh my God! The new cover they put on the Marvel Tales issue. They literally look cable TV equals death.
I mean,
like
they want to do it updated since that's a topical reference. They should do streaming networks equal death.
Mm-hmm. Writer Stephen Grant, penciler Mike Vosberg, inker Bob McLeod, colorist George Rosis, letterer John Costanza, editor Al Milgram. Peter Parker has taken Sissy Ironwood, hail, to the Empire State University Technology Science exhibit. Say that 3 times fast. As they enter the hall, they see the Beast, who is currently an Avenger, at the center of a grouping of adoring co-eds. Peter wonders how the Beast manages to attract so many women. Don't those women, he asks enviously, have any self-respect? Sissy, however, does not reply, for she has joined the women herself.
Wow, Pete! Hater.
I know, if it was him, man.
Hater Pete, bro.
He wouldn't be asking that question if it was him. They like it. What can I say? They like a hairy man. It was 1980. They were just coming out of the 70s, kids. They love the hairy man.
I stand by the Kelsey Grammer casting as Beast. I stand by it. That's all I'll say.
Talking about some taco meat, love. Hey.
That's not taco meat. That's a full-on meatloaf, bud.
A whole meatloaf, you say? Lovely.
Talking about meat, so natural for Lilith.
It's what I do.
She has a particular set of skills.
Exactly.
As Peter resigns himself to viewing the exhibits alone, what is this, Amazing Fantasy 15? 2 sinister figures look down into the hall from the mezzanine. Killer Shrike.
In a trench coat. Oh, no, wait. It's not that time yet.
Killer Shrike tells the bizarre Modular Man that it had been less risky to come after the show closed, but the Modular Man replies that
You don't belong here. Go back to Rampaging Hulk. Get out of here.
That he must get the device he needs as soon as possible. You know you're pretty Z-list when Killer Shrike is the big name in your team. Killer Shrike?
Yeah.
Otherwise, he could remain trapped in his strange body forever, and Shrike would lose any chance of being cured of his amnesia. He got a case.
Just go talk to freaking Norman.
I was gonna say, he got a case of the Osbournes. Okay.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's what we should do when they just come out and do a fake commercial to play at the beginning of every Ultimate Spider cast. Do you suffer from amnesia and do like one of those drug commercials?
You can be owed some compensation. Lymphoma.
Did you work at Oscorp between 1963 and 1983? You may be owing compensation. The Modular...
Did you buy Rampaging Hulk? I think Doug Mitch needs to pay us back our money.
What the F?
Had to get my little mention there, you know.
Exactly. The Modular Man recalls how his experiments into molecular dissolution backfired, causing his molecules to drift apart so that he had to build a specific and especially ionized metal skeleton to keep his body together.
Molecular Man laughs at you, stupid.
Even the Kardashians, brother. He thought that the group called the Conspiracy might cure him. Yeah.
Enough said. Yeah.
So, yes, nothing screams trustworthy like the name Conspiracy. But they only provided him with his name and introduced him to Shrike before they were destroyed. Then the Modular Man discovered that he could cure himself with a microwave-driven cellular condenser. Red herring. MacGuffin. Once he is cured, he declares...
Maltese Falcon.
Once he is cured, he declares he will help Shrike find out his past before he was hired by the Conspiracy. Don't worry, kids, it's not that good of an origin. When the Modular Man sees the case containing the condenser, Peter Parker happens to be standing in front of it. Peter feels his spider sense tingle and heads for a convenient place to change into his Spider-Man costume. Well, doesn't he usually get the Peter tingles when he's looking at science stuff anyway?
Yeah.
It's ting ting tingle-in, ting ting.
He's a science bro with a nerd boner for sure.
Yes.
It's ting ting tingle-in, ting ting tingle-in.
Shrike and the Modular Man are pleased when Peter leaves, and the Modular Man quickly descends into the gallery to steal the object. Unfortunately, an alarm collected to the showcase starts the ring when the Modular Man shatters the glass. Spider-Man attacks, but Killer Shrike slams into him from behind. Don't you hate that look?
Trying to give him a good old donkey punch.
Oh, that's even worse. What's worse than a donkey punch? A donkey punch from Shrike, or at least an attempt of it.
Try to donkey punch now, bitch.
Luring him into an adjacent room over the Beast's head. The Beast quickly sheds his street clothes, leaping away from his flock of admirers, and asks Spider-Man what is going on. Spider-Man points out the two criminals making their way through the crowd. Then the Modular Man sheds his overcoat, revealing his skeleton-like body. The Beast attacks him, and Spider-Man tackles Shrike. The battle is brief but intense, and the Beast is left unconscious after a jolt from Shrike's electro claws.
Oh, that fur.
Oh my. The Modular Man explains that he cannot feel pain and that his body has several detachable modules, including a poison gas gun. Spider-Man tries to...
I gotta put that on the list for the sex bot.
Oh, sex bot, destroy them. Spider-Man tries to avoid breathing the gas, but Shrike uses his electro claws simultaneously to hit Spider-Man with a powerful electrical blast. So the gas demand donkey punched him. The deadly duo.
Try to donkey punch now, bitch.
Spider-Man falls to the floor unconscious, and when the Beast attempts to rise, the Modular Man knocks him out again with a double-fisted punch to the back of the head. Oh!
What is this, Star Trek?
I know.
Try to donkey punch now, bitch.
Then, the condenser in hand, the two thieves escape. The onlookers help Spider-Man and the Beast up, and a physician is summoned. Fortunately, the Beast's special metabolism quickly heals his concussion, while Spider-Man has suffered only minor damage. The doctor notes that the thieves stole only the cellular condenser. He cannot understand why anyone would want it because it will not work without a massive flux of microwaves to power it.
Ooh, microwaves.
That's a lot of microwaves, kids. That's a really big...
It's better than gamma radiation.
It's a really big burrito, kids. Nevertheless, it is his only prototype, he says, and he would like it returned. Spider-Man and the Beast agree to try to retrieve it, but then Spider-Man remembers that he was at the exhibition on a date. He asks the Beast to track the two criminals down a lane.
Oh, yeah! Some dumb blonde!
Oh, yeah, might still have a chance, saying he will join him later. The Beast wagers $10 that he won't, and Spider-Man takes the bet as he departs. Because unknown to the Beast, Spider-Man put a spider tracer on him and chuckles to himself as he changes it into his street clothes. A few minutes later...
I don't know about this, Pete, man. I don't know.
Why?
It just seems so sour, so bitter.
Really? He's like, hey, I'm about to win a $10 bet and I may still get laid. Come on.
Yeah, cocky Pete don't compute.
I know. A few minutes later, Peter rejoins Sissy and walks her home. She says that seeing the Beast...
Let's not try to get mugged by a werewolf again. How about that?
Oh, yes.
Let's avoid Central Park. If you know, you know. If you know how he met her. What was that? Wasn't that Marvel Team Up 80 or something? Where she shows up?
Yeah, it might have been. She says that seeing the Beast was the most fun she's had in ages. Then she invites Peter to watch television with her tomorrow night. Oh, they're gonna cable TV and
Netflix
chill.
And shit.
They're gonna cable TV and chill, kids. She should be studying for a math exam, she says, but the cable is adding new channels, including some transmitted from foreign countries by satellite.
Uh-oh.
Knowing that he will be on his mission, Peter says he may not be able to make it, so Sissy neglects to kiss him goodbye and closes the door behind her.
Good for you. Have some self-respect.
That's what Peter said, and guess what? She found some. The next day, in a Midtown Manhattan hotel room, Killer Shrike and the Modular Man make plans to find a power source for the inoperative condenser. The Modular Man notes that the new cable channel should supply all the energy they'll need. That's my favorite channel, MacGuffin.
I mean, we did watch the CW for like a whole decade and a half. So.
Oh, true. 7 minutes before the channels go on the air, they are hovering in a helicopter above the Empire State Building's television antenna. All the satellite transmissions to and from the cable network have to go through that antenna, says the Modular Man. Using a microwave dish, Shrike will collect the power from the incoming and outgoing transmissions and beam it to the Modular Man. That's going to be a big meal, kids. Got a big plate. On the ledge of a building not far away sits the Beast with binoculars observing the helicopter. He deduced that the cable hookups at the Empire State Building were the only available source of powerful microwaves. Just then, Spider-Man taps him on the shoulder. Glum at losing $10, the Beast hands the binoculars to Spider-Man. As they watch, they see Shrike swoop toward the antenna and position the dish. When the button is pressed inside the studio to turn on the new channels, the air around the antenna is ionized by the redirected microwaves. Spider-Man clambers rapidly up the side of the building, but by the time he can attack Shrike, the dish has done its job. The Modular Man has begun to draw power directly into himself, says Shrike, and there's nothing Spider-Man can do about it. As the Beast joins Spider-Man, Killer Shrike connects with a powerful punch that knocks Spider-Man off the building. The Beast catches him, but they both plummet toward the street. Spider-Man is unconscious, so the Beast frantically looks for his web shooters. Quickly figuring out how to activate them, he snags the building with the web line and swings back toward Shrike. Boy, there's been a few nights you've frantically searched for that web shooter, eh, Lil?
Not frantically.
Well, quickly and then get out.
Yeah. With purpose. With on a schedule. Got a schedule to keep.
With grim purpose. That stopwatch is running. Quickly figuring out how to activate them, he snags the building with a web line and swings back toward Shrike. With Spider-Man over his shoulder, he slams into the criminal's midsection with both feet. Spider-Man revives, but then a loud explosion from the helicopter draws their attention upward. Spider-Man and the Beast are startled to see the Modular Man, grown to gigantic size, dropping down from the helicopter. Shrike is bewildered, but the Modular Man declares that it was his plan all along, to become a being of pure energy. Using the modified molecular condenser and concentrated microwaves, he continues, he will soon free himself from all bodily limitations and enjoy power beyond that known to any man. Killer Shrike, panicked, asks, what about me? In answer, the giant Modular Man contemptuously swats him off the building.
As he should.
Once again, like Lilith after she gets what she wants.
It's like, well, we're done here. Bye.
Fortunately, Spider-Man snags the unconscious criminal and hauls him to safety. The Beast says that they dare not approach the Modular Man, which would be like walking into a microwave oven. The Modular Man says that he will soon begin his reign of terror. All the human vermin that crawl on the earth will know and fear him, he declares. Spider-Man and the Beast try to think of a way to deal with the madman, and the Beast suggests that a jolt of lightning might scramble him as it would a television transmission. Unfortunately, the sky happens to be clear. Thinking fast, they pick up the unconscious Killer Shrike, bringing him his electro claws together, and hit the Modular Man with a bolt of electricity. Instantly, circuits and transistors overload, and a tremendous burst of energy explodes the Modular Man. When the smoke clears, all that remains of him is a charred, man-sized steel skeleton. If the television transmitter was working, says the Beast, the Modular Man has been cabled into half the homes in the city. Having, in the meantime, regained consciousness, Shrike suddenly soars away, but Spider-Man tells the Beast to let him go. It is enough that they stopped and probably killed his partner, he continues. It was a disagreeable experience, he says as he web swings away, even if they had little choice in what they did. All right.
The old recycler hanging from the bat plane.
Yes. Oh, yes, and this was the 1980 Science Fair. I was going to say, did the Modular Man ever make another appearance? Nope. First appearance, Rampaging Hulk 2, his death, Marvel Team Up 90. So this was his last appearance, kids.
Mitch must be bummed.
So good, he never came back. I know, even Mitch never brought him back to fight Moon Knight or nothing. Oh, man. First appearance, 1977. Oh, yeah, he was a winner, yes. Defeated by Ulysses Bloodstone. Okay.
Enough said. Moving on.
I'm just somewhere, I just hear Ray. What? He's a good character. What? Oh, no, he loves the daughter. That's why.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Boy, how many characters can I say that about? Ray loves the daughter. But yes, this issue was, unlike the other one we're going to do, is not. This one was on Marvel Unlimited, or like I said, Marvel Tales. They did reprint this. You know what the nice thing about the Marvel Tales was, though?
What?
Not only did they give you a new cover, but both of these issues they gave you a Spider-Ham backup.
Oh, cool!
How'd they get away with this in 1990? Look who he's kind of teamed up with.
Distinguished competition.
Even his arch nemesis is there. Oh,
nice.
Oh yes. How'd they get away with that? A pig dressed in a bat costume.
Batman, my favorite character.
Satire and parody, bud. That's what we're living on, and that's what they were living on.
And again, 1990, we don't have to worry about. Well, at least on the Marvel side, we don't have to worry about that pesky big company. Oh Lord, I forgot about this thing. Oh Lord, yeah. Instead of the Joker, the Duckster, and then
the hee hee ha ha funny man.
And then famous comedian Duck Hope.
Now I'm pretty sure that was just Howard the Duck.
No, he was busy entertaining a young lady somewhere. I fear.
You know how duck penises work, right?
So yeah, kids, if you're looking for, I mean, you might be able to find the Marvel Team Up issue cheap, but yeah, again, if you can find the Marvel Tales, it's only from 1990, so if you can find that in the back issue bin, it's probably cheaper still. So back again, 1990, $1, kids. Got a classic Team Up, you got a Howard the Duck or Spider-Ham backup, all for $1.
Spider Pig.
Okay, Homer. Oh, my damn camera. Hold up. Well.
Hey, you got a Batman shirt on.
Shh, don't crush Ray like that. And remember, I got another show to do.
Batman, my favorite character.
Ray just lost all belief in everything. All right, you ready to get to the second issue?
Let's do it.
Then I'm going to ask you which one you like more. And those do I have to make a decision? All right, Marvel Team Up number 124. This time we're going to jump to December 1982. The Ties That Bind. I don't like that, Lilith. All right, kids. Writer, friend of the show. You heard him at the beginning of this episode. J.M. DeMatteis. Penciler Kerry Gamble. Inker Mike Esposito. Colors Bob Sharon. Letterer Jim Novak. And editors Tom DeFalco and Linda Grant. See, that's another guy. He's done so much. I would love to do like a Chichester Chat style show with J.M. DeMatteis. God, you could fill a network just with the stuff that guy's done.
Yeah, seriously.
Marvel, DC.
We'd never finish.
And that's a fate.
You know how Mama likes to finish.
I was gonna say that's a fate worse than death for Lilith. Hell, you could do two shows. You could do one on here, one on Sidekicks. You know, the Marvel one and the DC. All right.
They don't make them like that anymore, kids. They really don't.
God, why can't you be on camera so I can get those eye rolls? All right. From his castle located in the Virginia Smokies, Professor Power has a team of scientists transfer his mind into the body of his son, Matthew. Yes, kids.
It's giving Charles Xavier, but none of my business.
It's funny you should say that.
Exactly.
Oh, my Lord. And again, John Walker, U.S. agent, made not your favorite character, Lilith, but guess who eventually beats Power to death with his bare hands while he's Captain America.
Oh, good. He was good for something.
I'm trying to remember.
Good to know.
Although I'm trying to remember, Power's mind might have snapped back into his original body. But I mean, John Walker beat in this armor and everything, beat him to death. So he has scientists transfer his mind into the body of his comatose son, giving Power a newly vital and youthful body to continue his plans after his last defeat at the hands of Spider-Man and Professor X.
They're the same person, bro.
I know. And again, this was in a Marvel team up too.
Yeah. So
perhaps we'll get to there one day. I think it was a Marvel team up with Wolverine, and then it went to a Professor X. Professor Power seeks out to get revenge against Charles Xavier by attacking those that Xavier views as his children, namely members of the X-Men. Doesn't see Jean as a kid. Hell. 3 days later, the Beast is at Kennedy Airport with his girlfriend, Vera Cantor, to meet his parents who are coming to New York to visit their son. Hank is excited to reunite with his parents as he hasn't seen them since he first joined the X-Men years earlier. The Beast is a little concerned about meeting his parents because they were uneasy about him being a mutant before. He further mutated himself further and grew fur. Boy, kids, and you thought you were worried about coming home with a tattoo that your parents would see.
You know what's crazy? It's like when I first started reading X-Men, right? Beast was already Beast, and then you go into the back issues, and you're just like, oh.
They're like,
he just had big feet. Oh.
Hey-oh! Oh my god!
I guess they wanted to give him an outwardly mutation because only one person could have a,
Yeah. And again, in October, Justin and I are going to get into that when he first grows fur. But no, there's a weird point. Was that the 70s where it seems like they just took a bunch of their characters and just mutated them? Like, Hank McCoy. They took Greer Nelson, who was the cat, and mutated her into Tigra. There was a bunch.
Because they wanted to make a mutant. See.
Yeah.
Somebody had a furry fetish, but it's none of my business.
And they took a character no one was probably doing anything with, like John Jameson, made him a werewolf. Yeah.
They have a thing for werewolves in Marvel, bro.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, that would have been so fun.
But they're never really werewolves. Just
science.
It's the Marvel thing.
How even half the vampires Morbius.
Well, at least he doesn't have sucker tentacles like the cartoon. Like I said, nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel.
I was
so confused by that as a kid, and I'm just like, what?
I know, I remember watching that. I'm like, that's even creepier.
That didn't make it better, bud.
Very fun, very popular at parties. Hey, my hands suck.
Suck. Call him the vacuum man.
Suck.
Those aren't the kind of tentacles I like. I'll just put it that way.
Oh my! But you said Beast had big feet. I was gonna say, can you imagine this scene in that first issue if the girls were like, "I don't care about your fur. You got them big feet." All right. While his father Norton is happy to see his son and is proud.
We got a Norton in the house. It's not gonna end good.
That's right, and is proud that Henry was a member of the Avengers. However, his mother Edna is taken aback by what her son appears to be.
So you don't watch the news, you don't, bro?
I know. Meanwhile, in Forest Hills, Peter Parker and his classmates help his Aunt May move back into her home, which he is turning into a rooming house for the elderly. Here we go. They also meet May's tenants, the scholarly Arthur Chekhov. Chekhov's tenant. He's back.
Beat me to it, you
The bickering Palermos and the Lund sisters. The unpacking is briefly interrupted when they come across Aunt May's old photo album full of pictures of Peter when he was a baby. It's then that Nathan Lubinsky suggests that they go out for food. Arthur suggests that they go to an Indian restaurant near Rockefeller Center, the Flavors of Bombay. As it turns out, this is where, by coincidence, this is where the Beast, his parents, and Vera have gone to that same restaurant.
He comes from money, see.
Yeah, it's here that Edna McCoy's disdain for her. That's what Xavier's running, a tax shelter.
I mean, hello? Them kids ain't learning nothing. Those are child soldiers.
Pretty much.
Nobody's qualified to teach any curriculum whatsoever. Maybe Wolverine.
Charles Xavier pulling the Bruce Wayne, that tax shelter, training kid soldiers.
Batman, my favorite character.
Again, it was in our faces all along. He had telepathy.
So yeah, this is at the restaurant. It's here that Edna McCoy's disdain for her son becomes apparent when he tries to touch her, and she recoils and calls him a freak.
That's your son, man.
I know. I mean, that's so weird. I mean, if nothing else, I could see her, acting like he was disabled or something. But it's like just out and out, you're a freak.
It's like, why'd you even show up? You what? Why?
Because.
Oh, I know why, but I'm just saying.
The husband's like, come on.
So heartbreaking for bees,
Exactly. Getting enough of this everywhere else. Come on. When Hank asks his father what the problem is, Norton explains that his wife has had a hard time adjusting to all the changes Hank has undergone since he left home to attend Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. While the Beast can understand, he wants to talk to her anyway. Outside, the Beast searches for his mother, lost in thought about how much stress his being a mutant must have been on his family. He is then attacked by Professor Power, who is seeking to get revenge against Professor X by killing his children, members of the X-Men. Powers has selected the Beast as he is one of the original X-Men and one of the most visible members. The pair battle it out in the streets, but the Beast, he's like, no one's going to care if I get off Cyclops.
Hello?
And everyone thinks Jean's dead at this point. But the Beast is no match for Professor Power's superior strength and built into his armor. One of Power's blows sends the Beast flying past the car carrying Peter, his friends, and Aunt May's boarders. His spider sense, I love how his spider sense needs the buzz to tell him something's going on.
It's ting ting ting-a-ling, ting ting.
He's a little bit oblivious sometimes,
I guess. He might have been looking at some...
It's New York, too, like I said. Like, real New Yorkers, they keep their head down. Nothing bothers them. They don't see nothing. They don't say nothing. It ain't their business.
And again, he might have been looking at some girl. He's like, oh, wait, spider sense, what?
It's like, looks like I gotta go make some money, kids.
Peter tells the others, thank God he had that camera, even though he doesn't use it. Peter tells the others that he has to take photos of the battle for the Daily Bugle. This gives Peter the opportunity to slip away and change into Spider-Man. His bravery is noted by Roger Hochberg's girlfriend, Mia Carrera.
Mia Carrera? Wait a minute.
I know, wait a minute.
We're not worthy.
Swing!
Wait, they were really pushing the envelope on this one.
I was going to say, was she a thing back then? 1980, was it 82?
I mean, her career was over by Wayne's World.
Well, Wayne's World was like after this. Wayne's World was close.
Yeah, in the 90s. So I mean, her career had to start somewhere. Right?
Okay. Oh, maybe Dee Mateus was a fan. I don't know.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, Wayne's World.
What year was this?
Is this 82? I think it said. Yeah, 82.
I see her first movie in 87, so I don't know. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Television is 85.
Swing.
It means it came out in the 90s and 2000s. Yeah, no. Just probably a coincidence.
Spider-Man arrives just in time to prevent Professor Power from blasting the Beast. The wall crawler tries to jump on Power, who takes him high into the air and sends Spider-Man falling to his doom.
Oh, wait. She was on General Hospital, so maybe.
Were you a fan of General Hospital, Dee Mateus?
Secret Hospital!
Oh my God, that would have been funny if Tia Carrera was on General Hospital and Mia Carrera was on Secret Hospital. This is prevented thanks to the quick thinking. Oh, the Beast once again leaps up and catches Spider-Man. That's just like a theme in these issues.
Like fancy beating you here.
As the battle rages on, a crowd begins to gather to watch. Meanwhile, not far away, Edna McCoy is in her hotel room looking at old photos of her son. Her attention is taken to the window while she witnesses the battle. On the street, the Beast is injured, prompting a little boy to come and help. When Professor Power launches his next attack, the Beast tosses the boy into the safety of Spider-Man's arms. This leaves him open to being blasted from behind by Power. Oh, yeah, really donkey punching.
Lots of donkey punches. It's very interesting. Try to donkey punch me now,
bitch. Donkey punch. Spider-Man
tries to stop.
Spider-Man tries to stop Power from killing the Beast, but he is once again overpowered. Edna McCoy can't help, fearing for the life of her son, and rushes outside. Power has picked up a piece of construction equipment, and Edna runs to her son's side and pleads to Professor Power to spare her child. This appeal begins to reach Professor Power, who had recently lost his own son. Well, he was in a coma, but you kind of pushed him over the edge. This gives Spider-Man the chance to recover in time to snare Power in a web line and pull him to the ground, crashing him under the machine he was going to drop on the Beast. This doesn't phase...
Interesting outcome we have in these two issues.
Reverse that donkey punch. This doesn't phase Power, who's been touched by what Edna McCoy said about her son and decides to spare him. However, he warns Spider-Man that he will be back to get revenge again. But as for you, orphan, I'll be back. However, he warns Spider-Man that he will be back to get revenge against him and Charles Xavier, and then flies away. I'm wearing a mask. You can't fight me. You know where to fight Xavier. And then flies away. With the battle over, Edna and her husband check on their son, having come to terms with the changes he has undergone.
Aww. It takes losing someone to really know what you got. Aww.
Yes, we saw Professor Power and Marvel team up 117, 118. We're going to have to cover that someday.
Do you even have to ask me which one I like better? Clearly, I like this one better.
I figured. And yes, Hank grew for an Amazing Adventures number 11, which, like I said, Justin and I will cover in October. Joined the Avengers in Avengers 151 officially, and later joined the Defenders in Defenders 102. And remember, kids, more Defenders coverage on Marvel Tales.
Why would you ever want to become a Defender? Why? It's bad enough they have Avengers, but Defenders?
I mean, by the end, Beast was just hanging out with his buddies. Angel and Iceman were there.
It's basically the precursor to Mercs with money at that point.
It was basically pre-X Factor without Cyclops.
Well, everything's better without Cyclops.
Hey, well, maybe that.
Any of those summer boys.
Maybe they agreed with you there.
I'm telling you, anybody. No offense, Phil. No offense. Anybody that says Cyclops is their favorite X-Men, that is a red flag.
I never said Cyclops is my favorite.
Hulk can beat Superman because you have lost me and I don't respect you.
When your favorite X-Man looks like a can of WD-40, you have problems, kids. I totally agree. Yeah, this issue's better than the last one.
No shade to the other one.
No, I had fun with both, but yeah.
Yeah, it's JM.
Yeah. Oh, the Marvel Tales cover, they really put Beast prominently on the other one. Yeah, getting donkey punches.
It's so interesting that they decided to do that.
I wonder if this was a bigger page count. Yeah, no Spider-Ham in this issue.
Aw. The world could use more Spider-Ham, honestly. That's probably what's wrong with the world. Not enough Spider-Ham.
More ham. Both demands more ham.
All right, kiddo. Let's come on. Time's a ticking.
Okay. All right. I may surprise some people. Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. I didn't like it. I freaking loved it.
I forgot, in my head, I forgot that this was Hickman, so I went in a little apprehensive after this whole X-Men debacle.
Yes.
But as I read on, I was like, oh, he's actually, knows what he's doing sometimes.
Yeah, if you're not, redefining a mutant society, and just a simple, straightforward story. And again, I love it, spoilers, kids. It's a new Ultimate Universe. Peter Parker's 35 years old, married.
I thought that was an interesting choice.
What? That he's older?
That it was an all new Ultimate Universe.
Well, again, what were they going to build off?
And that's the point of the Ultimates, right? So I was so it made sense to me, but it kind of surprised me.
Yeah, that was the whole point of Ultimate Invasion. If you haven't read it, kids, we're basically creating a new Ultimate. Well, again, what were they going to build off of? Miles is in the 616 now, so it's like.
Yeah.
And like we discussed before this even came out, I think, are they testing the waters about a married Peter Parker?
I definitely think that's what this is definitely all about. But also, the writers that have, come before, just that have reverence and respect for him, they understand that that's what the fans want. And I think that's what a lot of the writers want as well, themselves,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And I think, we have also lost the plot. I think the beauty of Spider-Man, especially in the early days, is that it was easy for anyone to pick up, read, and enjoy. There wasn't really any frills or thrills. There weren't a bunch of crossovers with Spider-Man at first. I think the first, 5 years of Spider-Man is just so great. When they didn't really know what they had, and they started to, really beat that dead horse at that point. I think this is, kind of an allusion back to that. He wants to streamline it, make it more simple, make it more relatable, make it more street level and emotionally mature. I
swear Hickman meta commentary in this issue. When
beautiful.
I mean, literally, holographic Tony Stark says, "You were supposed to have a different life, Peter Parker. You were supposed to protect the innocent, save lives, and inspire the citizens of this world to be their best selves. And instead, all that was taken from you."
It's the perfect distillation of what made Spidey Marvel's flagship character.
Mm-hmm.
But it also gives us a slightly new take. It's kind of like what it could have been, what it should have been, you know? Now, this is how you do multiversal, storytelling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've said this before with multiple characters like the Flash and everything. It's like, he doesn't even have the floating heads of guilt. I mean, spoilers, kids. Uncle Ben's alive. Aunt May's dead, but he doesn't blame himself. It wasn't his fault. So it's like, there's no...
Yeah, we were all trying to figure out what would be the difference of this Peter Parker, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, maybe he gets his powers later in life. Maybe he's married with kids. But that was kind of my speculation, is that he had all of this before he became Spider-Man. And how does that affect him now that before, he has the guilt and everything, and it's kind of understandable. But when you have a family, and I think that again, that like with the Flash, original Flash, before his parents get murdered, he was just a good guy that wanted to do good things.
Exactly. There's no floating heads of guilt. I love that the whole thing with the Tony Stark at the end, where it's like, and there's no accident. Peter chooses. He can choose to be or not be Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. But no, it's Mary Jane. But no, he gets to choose. It's not, oh, fate thrust this upon me. No, he can make the call. Do I want to be Spider-Man or no?
Yeah. And I think people don't understand how special that is in modern comic book telling. Everybody has a floating head of guilt these days.
Exactly. Again, the Flash Prime.
You can never do. Sorry, Ray. You can never do this with Bruce Wayne. You just couldn't.
Oh no, yeah, you have to do that. That's dead parents. Yeah. I mean, could you though? But it would be too lighthearted for that God.
Yeah. No, I definitely, like I said, I was apprehensive, but I was like, oh no, she actually is a fan. Because I know a lot of people, they get stuck on the idea of what Spider-Man was when they read it. And I try to let go of those, those prejudices, because I grew up with a really, really great set of Spider-Man runs, and then Brand New Day happened. And I've been bitter ever since. And I think it's fair enough that people who don't like it and the trajectory that Spider-Man took from there, I think we should be bitter. It's kind of stupid.
Exactly. And again, kids,
Whereas with Batman, I could just roll with the punches oh, okay. I don't like it, but I can roll with it. I understand that, things have to change. I don't think they're necessarily evolving. I think, but, I can roll with that a little more easily than Brand New Day, because that was just an absolute dumb decision.
I know.
I'll go with it. Sure, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I hate that they, I still say Ben is actually the real Spider-Man. You can fight me all you want. And that's why I've been bitter about the whole Ben Reilly thing. It's like, well, whatever. If they didn't believe in their concept, so,
I mean, at least with the Clone Saga, if they want, that was their way to kind of try to get the real Spider-Man out of his marriage. But again, it was like, you could have had single Spider-Man and you didn't have to break up Peter and Mary Jane. But yeah.
They really blew it.
Well, they gave in the peer pressure because everyone screamed that they hated that, because he had, the Spider-Man everyone had been reading since Amazing 150 was a clone. All these kids were like...
I think that would have been such a brave choice. Honestly, more brave than Brand New Day. That's all I'm saying.
Heck yeah. And then, but everyone freaked.
It gives you a chance to reconceptualize and really think.
And you would have had a Spider-Man who, had taken a 5-year break, and had lived a life.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, a fresh, half these villains.
But Hickman, this is the one thing I would say. Hickman is not afraid of doing something divisive.
Mm-hmm.
He is not afraid of that. So I think that's what I really appreciate the most.
Well, I just think he.
But the Uncle Ben thing, I was just like, I see what you did. You listened to the podcast. You get it.
That could have went the wrong way, but I like it. And I hope they get more into how, him and Jonah's friendship, because those two are friends and business partners.
Yeah, it's literally Bizarro World when you're reading. You're like, what? I know it's an Ultimate Universe, but damn, this is like the final timeline. It's like the furthest timeline on the spectrum. Okay.
And again,
we're talking spaghetti. This is like a clown made of gumballs type universe,
And again, it's a different, it's different than any other Ultimate Spider-Man we've gotten because, who wrote the last one, so there's not, just talking heads for 20 panels.
Yeah.
But I do like that, that in joke, they flash the bugle and you see Jameson yelling, Parker! And then Peter's like, oh, wait. And he's like, oh, hey, Pete. And then he runs off because he was yelling for Ben.
I know. I was like, that's so cute. Like, this is basically, essentially, I think this is the pitch for the reboot for Spider-Man, personally.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like that's what Hickman's trying to say. Like, hey, I know Wells isn't doing so great. Wells isn't doing well. So, how about we give this a spin? You hear all the fans been clamoring for this for, like, what, a decade and a half at this point?
Oh, yeah. So
let's just give it a spin, see if the kids are going to actually put their money where their mouth is. And from what I heard from my comic book guy, this was just sold out instantly. Like, all the, like, people he hadn't seen in, like, since the pandemic. They kind of stopped reading comic, came back in to start up their pull list again for this book. So.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
I can see this. I don't know if I really feel like this will get a second printing, if not a third. So.
Peter Parker, not Spider-Man, Peter Parker was trending for a few days.
Yes.
And
when did we think that? Like, when has somebody actually cared about Peter Parker outside of Spider-Man?
Exactly.
It's been at least 5 years.
Well, again, that's the other detriment to them getting rid of that marriage. Is like, oh, we don't have to focus on Peter so much.
We don't have to focus on anything. We don't focus on the side characters. We don't focus on the world building. I mean, we barely get, like,
because, like I said,
villains.
Yeah, because like I said, they don't like do much with the supporting cast anymore. So no Mary Jane, no supporting cast. It's like, yeah, how do you focus on Peter?
What are we spending 28 pages on? Honestly, sometimes I in the book and I'm just like, what?
Well,
all that for that? What?
I mean, if you're talking about Wells, we're spending 28 pages on crap like Rec Rap. That's like Russell messaged me yesterday. He's like, "Oh, how much has She-Hulk been in Gang War?" I'm like, "Oh, not a lot." I'm like, "It's just in the Amazing Spider-Man book." I'm like, there was a fight with Typhoid Mary, but
like I said, I think Hickman saw his opportunity. He pitched it because this storyline was like dragging on. That's all I can say about it.
And again, I mean, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, we don't even see him like quote unquote as Spider-Man to like the last page, and I was fine with it.
As you should. It's the build-up.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, what's he gonna do? I really enjoyed the plot, the pacing, the characters. It was just a solid book.
And I mean, we also see Wilson Fisk. I mean, we get a Green Goblin. Is that going to be Harry, or are they going to surprise us?
I think it's going to be somebody different.
You know what I was thinking? Like the Goblin attacks Fisk, and I was just like, I was waiting for the mouth to open and it just be Jonah and be like, "Out am I!" But no,
yeah, it's going to be super interesting. I like they're kind of hinting at the where their lives have diverged and like how that makes a difference and stuff. So I'm just like, okay,
yes,
it's a real exploration and not a gimmick. Do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like a cash grab. This feels like something that the story he really wanted to tell, and it's important to him.
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, he poured a lot into this. Yeah, and again,
this is like written from a fan's perspective. Everything that we want, and I think sometimes a lot of writers, they get that chance with Spider-Man, and instead of like taking it from like a fan's point of view, they just want to put their actual, giving it the old Bendis, put their actual stamp on the character. Everything else be damned. Looking at you, Zeb.
And was this, double-sized? For me, it wasn't enough. I needed more.
No, I totally needed more. Yeah.
Oh my!
Like I said, that end page was predictable but perfect because it feels like old school comic books in its best form of storytelling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And again, I do like, he's like, yeah, something's been missing from my life, and it's, they didn't go a horrible way. They were just like, it's like, deep down somewhere.
It's like that tingle in the back of your brain, if you will. You know what I mean? It's like,
yes,
I'm happy, but maybe not as fulfilled as I could be, kind of thing. Because this is a different life, but at the end of the day, through everything, through that old spider thread of fate, Peter needs to be Spider-Man. He needs to have that fulfillment in that way.
And I love, that he didn't go the old trope of, oh, Mary Jane's going to give him crap about it. She's like, no, if you need to do this, whatever you need to do, go do it.
Because they've been married forever and they have children together and they have that real solid foundation.
Exactly. Yes.
I feel like the maturity of Mary Jane. Yeah, good point.
And it's so funny too. Well, again, those kids get gypped because now that he gets his powers, they're not going to inherit any powers.
Exactly. I actually kind of like that. As much as I love Mayday Parker. I do. I truly love Mayday Parker. But, like, that is an interesting point to bring up. It's like, oh, your sperm hasn't been radioactive yet. They have a third kid, and that kid becomes the Spider-Kid.
Oh.
How many issues is this going for?
It's an ongoing, isn't it?
Is it?
I don't know. I was hoping it would be. I hope it's not a miniseries.
Yeah, I thought my understanding of this was actually like a miniseries.
I mean,
I thought I was thinking maxi series, so a full year. And listen, this is like one of my favorite ways to spend $6. I thought they were for sure going to charge 10, and I would have paid it happily.
Exactly. I'm looking.
I feel like it was maybe pitched as a maxi series, but maybe hopefully it is an ongoing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a maxi if things change, Lilith, depending on the sales numbers. Because I mean, this thing's already gone back for a second printing, so.
Yeah, and I just really, Mark Cicchetto has just been everywhere, elevating everybody's stories. So I do just really want to shout him out. Like, I really like the art and the cover. Matthew Wilson did a really good job on the cover art with him too as well. But like, yeah, the variant covers, like, I was like, as much as I love Mark, right? I was just like, oh, there's so many good ones. Like, I in the store, I didn't actually naturally gravitate to the Bagley cover. I was so shocked. It was good, but like there were so many other good ones. I guess they heard, oh, he's making one. We got to make one. We got to step our game up. I feel like when certain people are making variant covers, it elevates everybody else's work. You know what I'm saying?
And I think when the story is good, it inspires people more too and stuff.
It does. I think people were probably like fist fighting in the lobby, like, I want that variant cover.
And again, too, I mean, you know, for people who love the marriage, some of those artists are probably like, oh, I get to draw, you know, a happy Peter and Mary Jane on the cover. Oh, yeah.
How long has it been since we've seen that?
Yeah, but yeah, I only got the regular cover, but I think this weekend I'm going back for more because.
Yeah, I'd recommend the Mark Cicchetto and Matthew Wilson cover. Well, you already have that one, but
yeah. Well, they've done variants of this.
Mark Bagley, and then there's the J. Scott Campbell one. Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, but I mean, this one they've done variants of this Cicchetto one where it's, you know, it's him in the black suit or the Spider-Man 2099 suit. Yeah, so yeah, I again, kids, I cannot recommend this highly enough.
I think that's probably why they kept it at $6 because they know people are going to buy the. I think they're actually like kind of catching on. Like certain things should not be $10 because then you're not going to have somebody want to buy all the variants. Because if you have the base price at 10, then sometimes that variant could be 15, 20.
And people are more willing to give it a try. You know, just a try. You know,
they were like, oh, Spider-Man, and it's the Ultimate Universe, but
it's a number one.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I do. Yeah, this is solid. I'm so intrigued about where this is gonna go.
Oh yeah, me too. Again, kids, I cannot give this the highest.
And by the way, peach jeans nowhere to be seen in those damn kids.
I know, 2 little redhead kids. I know.
Glasses. That's crazy.
Hey man, hey, you know.
I really love the contemporary look of Peter and MJ. It's so refreshing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've been a little nervous about John, but we'll on the clutch on this one. I appreciate it.
Exactly. Again, I was looking forward to this.
He has the ability to give us timeless storytelling, but like that X-Men stuff, I was just like, I thought he was out there with Grant Morrison doing the ayahuasca ceremonies at one point.
One thing,
like he is too far gone for redemption. But no, he proved me wrong. I appreciate it.
Well, they kind of sabotaged him too because he had a beginning, middle, and end planned, and then just like with the Clone Song and stuff, they made it drag out. So, and then he's not even there anymore. So it's like, yeah. So they kind of bastardized his idea too. So,
well, that is the nature of modern comic book storytelling, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, kids, I cannot recommend Ultimate Spider-Man enough. It's my pick of the week. Hell, this might be my pick of the year so far.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Well, okay. I mean, what's another content so far this year? I mean, we're only 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was saying, we're only a couple weeks.
I said so far. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Mark it on your Thrifty Awards bingo card, kids.
So basically, yeah, I'd say this is the best thing I've read this week or last week, kids. There.
For sure.
And is it just a coincidence?
But like I said, it is Hickman, so I'm expecting the other shoe to drop, but I hope it's like at least past issue 6.
Exactly, yes. I think it will be, especially with the numbers they probably do on this. Oh my lord. So is it just a coincidence, or is there like a planned thing to make Matt Murdock a priest and everything now?
People haven't really been exploring his faith as much.
Yeah.
And, I think people see that opportunity. It also gives them a chance to be more street level because, as a priest, you're trying to help people and you do outreach and all these things that, because he's not a lawyer right now, it makes sense. You can still help people in another sense.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Remind me of the next Chichester chats. I thought of something I want to ask Chichester. Like if they came to him and were like, "Hey, Ultimate Daredevil book, it's yours," and I want to ask him,
what would you do?
What would he change? What would he keep the same? Yeah.
Okay, I'll remind you.
I mean, can you? I mean, that's good.
My package came finally. By the way,
hey.
I'm like, well, I'm getting a package every other day.
I was gonna say, yeah, we'll get some package every day.
Seems like I'm getting a package every other day.
All right, anything else, Lilith Hellfire?
No, we're actually ending on a positive note. What is this?
Yes. While we're talking about current Spider-Man comics, it's been
What is this witchcraft?
I was gonna say in 260 episodes, have we done that ever?
No, we have. It's been books we really like. For instance, that Mary Jane book, Black Cat book.
Yes. Oh, yes, kids.
Some positive things in the Spider-Man universe.
Also, kids, stay tuned for Capes and Lunatics episode 320, where I talked to Celeste Bronfman about Jackpot #1. So
excited. Got
a lot of Spider-Man stuff. Yes.
If I don't see a Jackpot cosplay this year during Halloween, I'm going to be upset.
And I don't know if that's going to spin it off, but I think I saw something. I don't know if in March, if it's going to be a miniseries or something. I think she might be writing that one too. I think they're going to do, of course, Jackpot and Black Cat. So
yeah, that's going to be so cool.
Yeah, we love that. I feel
like they did get shortchanged in that Black Cat and Mary Jane because they kind of made it all about Peter. That just definitely didn't pass the freaking Bechdel test at all. So maybe this one will.
Exactly. All right. Here's your homework, kids. 1, go pick up Ultimate Spider-Man #1, as many copies as you can afford.
Good luck finding it. Like I said,
if
3 of my places were sold out.
So if you can find it, or hell, tell them to order it. I mean, tell them to order it, kids, because again, a second printing is coming. All right, but next time we're going to cover our last week of Defenduary, Lilith, with spectacular Spider-Man 17 and 18 with the Angel and Iceman.
Nice.
And then, of course, in 2 weeks, the Bad Babysitters Club is back, kids. For the first one of the year, kids. Scarlet Spider 13 through 15. Boy.
All right. You chugging along.
But you know what's going to happen, kids. Dave's going to log on, and he's going to tell you all about his new love for Sydney Sweeney, so.
I mean, to be fair, oh my God, me and my friends were just having this conversation. We were like, Sydney Sweeney is just this generation's Amanda Siegfried, and Amanda Siegfried was this generation, that generation, so on and so forth. Until we got to I think it was Christina Applegate or something like that. We were that's kind of one of those games we play. You're like, what so-and-so reminds me of? Yeah.
What, always the blonde? What is it?
Bro, I tried to play that game of not Margot Robbie. She's like, no, this is all Margot Robbie. It's gotta be.
Who's running to Hollywood? Jerry Conway?
Ooh, too bad she is in the... Oh, so apparently, I don't know why I forgot this, but you know what they call the Spider-Man, the Sony universe, right? They call it the SSU, Sony Spider-Man universe?
Oh, okay.
I guess?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, somebody told me that. I was just like, what do they even call that crap? Somebody told me. I'm like, are you a fan? No, I just know that. I'm not a fan. Don't judge me. Don't judge me for knowing that.
You mean the
SSU? I thought that was really funny.
The Sony Spider-Man less universe?
Well, it started with the Spider-Man, though. And I think they still kind of, with that tangential connection to No Way Home and Andrew Garfield, I think they still, they're also doing, So, it did start with Spider-Man, to be fair for that.
Okay. I'll buy that. All right, kids. So, yes. So, send us your thoughts on what we covered this time, on the upcoming stuff. Hell, please send me your thoughts on Ultimate Spider-Man #1. You may get a prize. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com. Or call the voicemail, 614...
Wait. Dear Funko, I got to put this into the universe. I need the Parker family Funko set. Like in one of those mini moments.
Yes.
Them sitting at the kitchen table.
Yes.
I need that.
Yes. Hell, I need a Daily Bugle playset. Come on.
Oh my... Lego! Dear Lego!
I mean, they have a Daily Bugle, but maybe this version.
Yeah, this version.
Yeah, there's one out there. It's expensive, though, I think.
Well, it's Lego babes.
Well, yeah.
It's not for kids anymore. Adults have ruined it for the children. I think they do Duplo now. Is like the kids' Legos, basically, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's been Duplo for a while, but I mean, yeah, for the little kids, yeah, there's Duplo, yeah. All right, so yes, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Capes. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Again, t-shirts, phone cases, cups, and of course, the Patreon, because you thought the donkey punching was brutal in this episode. That's nothing compared to our Patreon. Again, just the plan.
Well, go watch Salty and Petty's number 50,
episode,
and that'll give you a small taste of what we do on the Patreon.
That episode is wild, and that's nothing compared to the Patreon. And we'll tell you, oh yes, go download and listen to Salty and Petty episode 50, because yes, we'll also tell you what we're going to do in February on the Patreon, which I promised you, and we have been delivering. It is
more vicious and brutal than
ever. You'll walk away from that saying, shaking your head and going,
"Oh, that's naughty."
Shaking your head is the best case scenario.
You'll shake your head and say that's naughty, but you also say,
"I love it."
Especially our fans. All right.
Double biscuits for me.
All right. Lilith Hellfire, can anyone find you anywhere or no?
Outside, touching grass and getting fresh air, listening to podcasts. I suggest you do the same.
And yes, and if you need to get a hold of her, yes, you can get a hold of her through Capes and Lunatics. So.
There's nothing to get wet about anyway.
Untrue.
Talking about Lauren Bulbert. Get out of here.
Whoa. Oh, and again, the powers that be of Marvel, thank you for not doing a Frank Miller variant cover on the Ultimate Spider-Man. I think someone does. Thank you.
Well, he would have had to step his game up. It couldn't have been a joke cover.
Oh, yeah, it couldn't have been one of those Wolverine covers, no.
Your mother's a whore!
All right, kids.
Put it here!
On the Capes and Lunatics. All right. Thank you for joining us. Again, next time on Spectacular Spider-Man 17 and 18, Angel and Iceman. And unfortunately, we won't have an Ultimate Spider-Man number 2 yet, so countdown begins. And in 2 weeks, the Bad Babysitters, the Sydney Sweeney Fan Club will convene next week in 2 weeks. But until then, swing on back.
Thwip, thwip.